Alright, that's our goal, Ridgecrest 66. I believe I can do it. I'm running no trailer, no electrics, no solar, just the bike and a backpack. Go. It's about 10 minutes after 6 on the 1st of May. And currently no wind at all. If I am to believe the forecast, it should be not as hot as yesterday, but sunny. And if I have a wind, it should be up to 10 mile an hour tail or crossing tailwind. But we'll see how that turns out. Game face, go. Yeah. So this was the best part of the ride so far. Is I came out of camp a few minutes before 6, and I coasted like 4 miles to here. It's just it was like I didn't even have to hit the brakes hardly. It was just like the perfect speed, right? Just cruising along and not thinking you're gonna die because you're going so fast. And you know, I had to pedal over one little hill, and then I coasted right up to the sign here pretty much. So it was like electric without electric, you know. Unfortunately, the world doesn't always work that way, so looks like we're gonna have a little bit of kind of a rolling climb, but a lot of this is gonna follow the valley, so it shouldn't be very much elevation change. Get one shot of the terrain here. I think most of this will look about the same for the next 20 or 30 miles from what I remember. Not any big change. Since I can't keep charging the cell phone because I don't have the power on the bike right now, I'm going to shut the phone off. So unless I see something really amazing, which quite often happens, we'll just leave the phone off and save some battery. Alright, go. Okay, one last shot with the sign, right? Alright, that'll work. Now we can go. Okay, about 7:25 in the morning, Sunday, May 1st. We've gone almost 10 miles already. So that's not bad. I figured if I rode for 12 hours of daylight from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and I'm going 66 miles, we should be pretty close. At 5 miles an hour, something like that. And I should be able to do at least 8 miles an hour on average. Although it's been an hour and a half and I've done 9 miles, so I'm not quite there, I guess. Mostly it's just little rollies and a lot of flat, so it's easy riding. This would have been great on the solar bike. We would have flown. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick break. Since I was able to restock at the general store there at Panamint, now I can afford to eat a couple of Cliff Bars once in a while. I think I'll have a Snickers too before it melts. Snickers are for breakfast because they've had time to cool off overnight. You don't eat Snickers in the afternoon because they melted. Yeah, go figure. Okay, it's about 9 o'clock in the morning. We're not quite halfway yet. That looks like salt. I don't think it's water, the shiny part. So the easy part is done. Now we get to the hard parts. So we have come a long way from that valley. We are now about to climb out of the valley, which is going to take us above 3,000 feet. I think I got about 2,000 foot climb, something like that. Not nearly as much as before. Yeah, it's just over, I've gone just over 20 miles in 3 hours. So that's close to the 6 mile an hour average. And then coming down the other side, we should make up some time there, I think. So, yeah. I don't know, I'm just trying to get it through my head as like, well, yeah, but I don't have the electrics, and so I'm not cruising quite as fast. But there has been some areas that I was running pretty much top gear, fast as I wanted to pedal. So it's not consistent. You know, you pick up some speed and then you, like now I'm doing a long gradual climb, but I'm still in a fairly high gear. So yeah, if I can maintain 5 or 6 miles an hour, I should be there before dark. That's all I need. That's just too good not to include. I just turned the phone camera on and that was what was in front of the phone. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. We'll just leave that on there. Okay, it's about 9 o'clock or so on the 1st of May. I made it to Ridgecrest. This is a story that honestly I don't have the brains left anymore to explain. So I'm going to just say there is an incredible story. I posted a little bit on Facebook for the people that are on there. And anyway, yeah, so we're checked into a Motel 6. There's mass chaos here everywhere. Not only is the bike here, but the trailer is here. That puts us a whole day and a half ahead of schedule right there. Short answer, a very good friend of mine, Frank, who I served with in the Navy during Desert Storm, saw one of my videos about being broken down in Death Valley. He jumps in his van and drives here overnight to find me from Arizona. Yeah. And there's a lot of weird stuff that happened in between that it was like, if I wrote this story, I would be proud of it as a fiction story that could never happen. I mean, there's secret Russian agents and crazy stuff and parks and lizards and stuff. It's just amazing. But anyway, yeah. And the funniest part is I'm biking down the road, minding my own business. And first, a stranger pulls up beside me. Hey, are you Carlin? I'm like, what are the odds of that happening? Yeah, so we talked for a while. Yeah, this guy named Frank is looking for you. I wasn't even thinking about my friend from the Navy because, I mean, I thought he lived in Alaska. So I'm like, I'm just thinking some crazy guy with a van is going to come try to snatch me off the road or something. So, yeah. Anyway, so then in the back of my mind, I'm thinking Frank has a beard. I don't know what he drives anymore. I'm just, I haven't seen him in 30 years, but we had hooked up on Facebook a couple times. So I'm just like, that's not likely, because I thought he lived in Alaska still. So turns out, yeah, they moved down to Arizona, right? So I'm driving along on the bike and another vehicle pulls up next to me and I look over and it's a white van, and just then I look through the window and here's Frank looking at me. I'm like, dude. So we load up the bike in the van, drive back into the park, find the trailer's fine, we load it in, we come down here, I get checked into a motel, it's like noon, 1 o'clock, something like that, really early. This after I was actually having a pretty good ride as far as making time, but I was just about to get to the first big hill, so it could have gone either way after that. Yeah, so happy ending so far. Apparently there is multiple welding shops in town that I can go talk to, so we should be okay there. We did hit a Walmart and I bought a few snacks and provisions for the next couple days. I got the room for 2 nights. And yeah, Frank is on his way back home again. He's looking pretty tired, so I don't think he was going to make it very far tonight before he just crawled in the back of the van and took a nap. But Frank, dude, I couldn't even hope for something this good to happen. This was just amazing. So thank you very much. Yeah. You gotta trust your shipmates. They'll always come through. It's like you don't even think to ask for some things sometimes. So yeah. Anyway, After the fact, I realized I didn't get any video of Frank. I think Frank shot a video of us out in the desert picking up the trailer. So, um, yeah, it was just like so surreal. I was just like, I didn't even think to grab the camera and shoot anything. So, but it was good fun. I mean, we hung out here in the room and we drank some beer and we talked stories and future take over the world ideas and just good times. You know, it's just like 30 years later, we just like yesterday. You know, of course, Desert Storm was kind of intensified anyway, so yeah, you had pretty deep bonds after that. So yeah. Anyway, let's get this video uploaded and I'll see if I can piece in the details on tomorrow's video. But first, yeah, I gotta fix the trailer, but pretty hopeful right now. Worst case, I'll just go buy a welder and do it in the parking lot and see how long I can do it before the manager freaks out. That would be pretty funny though. Yeah. All right. Stay tuned. Bye. Thanks for everybody. Ooh.